What's up, my beautiful soul family? How's everybody feeling today? So, a couple of you guys asked me to look into this, and we're going to get right into it. Tamar Braxton and Towanda Braxton recently got into an argument on their show, Braxton Family Values, where Towanda accused Tamar of sleeping with one of Toni Braxton's husbands. Like, a lot of y'all have been speculating on the internet that is Birdman, because I think it was another clip that was shown that's been going around the internet of Tamar Braxton, where she was wiping, I think, sweat off of Birdman's head after he was performing or something like that. So a lot of people was wondering whether it was Birdman. What I thought I would do today is let's look into Tawanda's claims. Let's see if Tamar ever touched one of Toni Braxton's men, whether it be a past one or a present one. And if so, let's see if Spirit will tell us which one it was. Now, y'all know, though, of course, before I start this reading, I need to put out my disclaimer. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I state in this video is just my interpretation of the cards. Nothing I state in this video have been proven to be fact as of now. So now that we done got that disclaimer out the way, let's get these cards shuffled. Y'all see I got the sage going. I'm ready to, purify the little area. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. Do y'all think that Tamar had slept with one of her sister's men? Do you think? And if so, do you think it was Birdman, or do you think it was Carrie, Toni's ex-husband? Spirit, is there any truth to Towanda Braxton's claim? Spirit, did Tamar Braxton ever sleep with one of Toni Braxton's men? Did Tamar Braxton ever sleep with one of Toni Braxton's men? See how many people that came in here. What's up, y'all? Okay, so I'm ready to pull. Let's see if Toni's sister Tamar, has she ever slept with one of her men? All right, one more, then we're gonna pull. I feel the energy shifting. We're gonna get to the bottom of this, see what happened. All right, y'all ready? We ready? All right, one more. Oh, it's funny how this pulled out of the deck. Let me see. This one. Resistant. All right, we get ready to pull. All right. So the first card up is the Eight of Wands in reverse. Then you got the Page of Wands in reverse. The Queen of Pentacles. The Five of Cups in reverse. You got the Emperor. You got the Eight of Swords in reverse. I'm not following what Spirit is saying right now. Okay, something about somebody's husband or her feeling weak and powerless. It's mentioning something about somebody's husband. Has Tamar ever been married before, y'all? Let me see. I'm seeing some kind of hasty, rash decisions, and somebody that was, you know what I mean? I feel like they're scatterbrained and they just think about money and stuff like that, and they want to move on from the past anyway. They feel like it was water under the bridge, so it must have been something that happened a while ago. Let me see. I don't know if I'm getting any kind of feedback from these cards yet. Hold on. Y'all, this happens once in a while where maybe I didn't shuffle the cards right. I just not feeling the energy. I'm going to have to reshuffle. I do apologize. But, if I'm not understanding the energy, I'm not going to continue trying to force the energy. Spirit, come on. I need you to be clear. Did Tamar Braxton ever sleep with one of Toni Braxton's men? I want you to be clear straight out. Let's see if we get the energy good this second shuffle. Sorry, y'all, about that, but like I said, I wasn't getting the message. All right, I feel the energy shifting. I feel like it's right now. All right, one more. All right, here we go. All right, so you got the Lovers card that came up. It's funny how the Lovers card. Y'all see this? The lovers card was the first card up, so I'm getting a feeling that this is a strong yes. Yes, she slept with one of Toni's men. Let's see if Spirit will tell us. So you got the magician, the guy that's the Aquarius. Which one of Toni's men is an Aquarius? Mel. This is what I feel like. She slept with a guy who was an Aquarius. The magician stands for the Aquarius symbol, and she slept with him to get resources so he could take care of her too. I'm getting the feeling, yeah, this is an air sign male. The cards talk about some kind of air sign male, but he's a cheater and he's unfaithful and stuff like that. He's not very loyal to Toni. That's the one Tamar slept with. Isn't Birdman an air sign? I think isn't Birdman an Aquarius, y'all? Something like that. I'm thinking that the cards talk about Birdman. I don't know what Carrie, her first husband's. I don't know what his zodiac sign is. Let me see here. So let me see. So the guy, she slept with the guy so he could take care of her some kind of way. I'm getting the feeling he could help with her music career. This might be the reason why she slept with him. You know what I mean? So I'm seeing something did happen here. I don't think Towanda Braxton is lying about that. Yup, building up the career. You see that? Let me see. What's somebody saying? I didn't see that, but it passed by. Yeah, Tamar feels in competition with Toni. This is what I'm feeling like, you know what I mean? She also is trying to, keep her career going. She wants her career to skyrocket. Look, the same page of Wands reverse is coming up again. She's a scatterbrain, but she's also a little bit ruthless. Tamar Braxton does what benefits her, allegedly, from what I'm seeing in the cards. Yeah. Yep, she had an affair with one of Toni's men. Towanda wasn't lying about that. Look at this. Okay. This dude had resources. He had to connect, you know what I mean, he had to connect to jumpstart her. She doesn't even feel bad about it. Her thing was she ain't had no other option. You know what I mean? I feel like this caused some rifts between her and Toni. Let me see here. Now, from my understanding, Toni has denied that Tamar had done this, correct? Let me see here. Yep, it's one of Toni's newer men. I'm getting the feeling that she might have slept with Birdman, allegedly. You know what I mean? Toni knows that her sister stabbed her in the back. You know what I mean? I feel like Toni has forgiven her sister for that because that's her sister in a sense, and she knows how her sister is. She's kind of not surprised, but she does feel betrayed by her sister for doing it. You know what I mean? This is what I'm saying, allegedly, but Tamar doesn't feel bad about it. I feel like Tamar is just gonna. Tamar is very self-serving, allegedly, and she's just gonna do what she's gonna do. To what's the word I'm looking for? Tamar is gonna do what benefits Tamar. This is what I'm seeing in the cards. You know what I mean? Okay. Let me see. So what is this saying here? She did. I'm seeing in these cards she slept with him. They had an affair with each other. Toni found out about it, and this caused some kind of. There was a conflict. This caused issues. This caused, you know what I mean, trouble. And she didn't care that it caused trouble as long as she could get what she wanted. This is what I'm saying. It was for business purposes, though. This is what I'm saying. While Toni was married to him. Matter of fact, when they were newlyweds, this is what I'm saying, allegedly. I feel like this was the turning point in their relationship. I feel like, okay, y'all remember when Birdman and Toni, I think they called it quits after what, a couple weeks, couple days, something like that. I'm getting the feeling this was what it pertained to. Something happened, allegedly, from what I'm seeing in the cards. Tamar just wants to move on from that. Like, she just feels like, okay, well, it is what it is. It happened. Like, yeah. I feel like, yeah, Tamar don't care about stabbing her sister in the back as long as she can win. This is the message I'm getting from the cards, allegedly. Let's clean these cards up and let's pull some more cards. Okay, so from what I'm seeing in the cards, though, Towanda wasn't lying about that, and then people were speculating it because they seen the interaction between the two of them. I feel like Tamar doesn't mind being a side chick if it'll benefit her. This is the message I'm getting from the cards. Okay, so let's clean these cards up. Let's get some more cards. Let's see some more, y'all. All right. Okay. She was messing with him behind her sister's back. Her sister was sitting up there trying to be the dutiful wife, and they was having an affair behind Toni's back and stuff like that. Toni was blindsided by this. She didn't at first. She didn't know. She eventually found out from what I'm seeing in the cards. This hurt Toni deeply too. It really did. It hurt her so deeply that her sister betrayed her like that. Toni felt very betrayed. Let me see here. Hmm. She had, I feel like Toni had worked too hard to try to be a good family to Tamar, and all Tamar ever does is think about herself and be a spoiled brat and a spoiled child. She like Tamar is grown, but she acts like a spoiled child because she's the youngest. Allegedly, what I'm seeing in the cards. You know what I mean? The secret eventually came out. It was eventually found out through gossip. I think like Toni heard a rumor that they were messing around. This is what I'm seeing. She heard a rumor that they were sleeping with each other, that they were having an affair. It got back to Toni. So I feel like somebody else found out first and was told her, allegedly. Let me see here. I don't feel like they hit it too well, though. I feel like, in a sense, they made a lot of stupid decisions, which would led to their affair being revealed. Allegedly, from what I'm seeing in the cards. Yep, she did. From what my card is telling me, it was the Toni's Aquarius the guy she was in a relationship with that's in Aquarius. I think Birdman is currently in Aquarius, but like I said, I don't know Carrie's sign, so I'm assuming it's Birdman. And I feel like he's connected to the music industry anyway, which is also, like I said, I don't know much about her first husband. I know Birdman's connected to the industry, and he's an Aquarius. So that's what was coming through in the cards. Let's see what the Oracle cards got to say. All right, Spirit, come on, let me know. Anything further you want to elaborate on this? All right, let's see. All right, that'd be great, Paul. All right, we get ready to pull for the energy shifting. Here we go. One more, then we're gonna pull. Yeah, the message wasn't coming through at first, but now it's like, yeah, she did do it to at least one of them. There was a lot of hurt, a lot of anger, a lot of. It caused a big rift. It's like that was a scandal. Let me see here. So I think Tamar was scared the secret would get out, but it was like, oh, I was feel ashamed I hurt my sister. She just it's just something in Tamar that she's like has the selfishness in her. She just feel like I don't know. No matter how stuff go down, I feel like Tamar feels like she's gonna play the victim of it. Like some kind of way, she'd have been the one done wrong in all of this, allegedly. Let me see. Um, she certainly wasn't concerned with her sister's feelings or nothing like that. She knew her sister loved him, but her thing was she just feels like she has a right to have everything she wants. Allegedly, from what I'm saying. Let me see here. She didn't think Toni would ever find out. She didn't think it would ever be revealed. You know what I mean? Her intentions was to sleep with him, but I don't think she thought it would get out. She thought it would just be a secret and he would help her with her projects. This is what I'm saying. And then when it did upset Toni, she felt like Toni, like, come on, Toni, it's not that big a deal. Why are you making this a big deal? Like she's wrong for being hurt that you slept with her man, allegedly. Let me see here. Yep, she did it for a deal. Thought that, and she thought that for this. I feel like she thought that that makes it better that I only slept with him. You know what I mean for business. It wasn't like I actually like him. You know. Hmm. It was for business. It wasn't personal. It's not like I actually would have slept with him if it wasn't for work. This is what I feel like Tamar's logic is. Let me see here. But Toni felt like that's effed up. We're supposed to be family. And Tamar was like, it felt, and I don't think Tamar feels like it was wrong to screw over her family, allegedly, from what I'm seeing in the cards. Hold on. Let me push this up because I got one more roll to pull out. Yeah, Tamar felt like Toni was being unreasonable for getting for being hurt over it, allegedly. I think they are trying to move past it, and that's. But then Towanda brought it back up. You know what I mean? Tamar didn't have doesn't have the, how can I say it? She doesn't really have the concept that Toni's relationship with him was sacred, and she shouldn't have, intervened, and they shouldn't have done that with him, knowing daggone well that that man was her sister's man. I don't know if it was her husband. I think it was one of her husbands. I mean, if it's Birdman we talk about, I know her and Birdman married. You know what I mean? So this is what I'm seeing in the cards. But what do y'all think, though? Do y'all think that Tamar slept with one of Toni's men? Do you think it was Birdman? Do y'all think that it was the reason I said for business? How do y'all think Toni and Tamar's relationship is, you know what I mean, when the cameras aren't rolling? Do you think that if Tamar did this, that it changed anything about their relationship? I see somebody writing something. Yes. All right. Thank you, my beautiful soul family, for tuning in. Okay, so flirting. Okay. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'll see y'all in the next reading. Okay. You have a good one, my babies. Love y'all.